Hey, Sandcar Adventure Crew, Conrad coming at you with a classified ad review for Monday, June 6th, 2022 on these epic mini buggies, VW powered mini buggies. These things are so awesome. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to everybody that has already subscribed to our YouTube channel. Check this out. 298 subscribers. Thank you very much to everybody who's hit that subscribe button and also has hit the bell for the notifications when we release these videos. Next, I want to mention, head on over to sandcarbysell.com and get yourself some swag or some merch. We have Sandcar Adventures merch coming soon as well. But right now, we've got our t-shirts and our bitchin' snapback hats. So head over there and support the channel. This will help us bring more epic content to you. But without further ado, let's get into the Mini Buggy Madness Classified Ad Review. Okay, enough of that. So check it out. This is what we got. These two mini buggies right here. And there's not a lot of information on them, okay? So we're just going to go through the photos and see what we see, and we'll go from there. But this is brought to you by Sandcar Buy Sell crew member Ryan Morgan. He is out of Oakley, California. He says he's motivated to sell. Red car is a single-seater mid-engine, has 1914 aluminum block turbo VW, single-seat turbo VW, A-arms, yeah. Black car, two-seat rear engine, has a CB Performance 2273, and he's asking $15,000 for this one. Both cars are very well built, currently registered, open to offers, and cash talks. So I'm going to open that up a little bit bigger. Oh, wait, that's my photo. Open this up a little bit bigger. We'll get rid of that. So here he is, Ryan Morgan. All right, so what do we see here? Two epic little machines, right? Let's go ahead and click through and see what we see. So here, if you're new to the Sandcar world or the Dune world, this is a pretty good example, actually, of a mid-engine versus a rear engine, because in this application, that's what we've got. A two-seat mini buggy with a rear engine, and then a single-seat mini buggy with a mid-engine. What does that mean to you? Well, in a rear engine car, it's pretty much like it sounds, right? Engines in the back, transmissions in front, like a normal Volkswagen would be, or a normal car would be. Once we go over to the mid-engine design, the transmission actually sticks out the back, and the VW engine is mounted in front of the transmission, puts it up behind the seat. Why do we do this, Conrad? I can hear you asking yourselves now. So for the true Duners, you already know, you can just fast forward this part. But it's going to be for better weight distribution. When you have a mid-engine car, it's going to place the weight over the front end, and this one's going to handle like a slot car. You take a VW-powered car, or I should say any rear-engine car, transmissions in the front, engines in the back. Guess what this car likes to do? Wheel stands, right? This car loves to do wheel stands. It makes it very light on the front of the car. So if you like to do wheelies, go with a rear-engine car. If you like to drive like a slot car, go with a mid-engine car. They both have their positives and negatives, and they're both very fun. So which one of these would I choose? Both. I'd buy them both. I mean, it would be so much fun to drive either of these. So moving on, let's see, what do we got? Single shocks all the way around, A-arms on these cars, really wide A-arms on the front of that. And let's see, Douglas wheels looks like. Okay, here we go. So single shock, looks like we've got some Fox coilovers on here. No piggybacks, no reservoirs. Not necessary, right? I don't know how much this car weighs. I wish Ryan would have put down the wheelbase and the weight of this car, but it can't weigh very much. So this is plenty of suspension travel and the proper shocks for the weight of this car. We've also got some Douglas front wheels on here. It looks like probably the 15 by 5.5 with some big balloon tires in the front, the tractor tires. I like the bracing up here. Again, you guys know I'm always a fan of tall cockpits because I'm 6'1". And it looks like you've got a lot of room in this car, even for a mini buggy. Some side steps on here, some nice paint work. The wing, I wonder if that's a wing trunk. I don't know. Let's keep going. Red car. So here you go. You get a better idea. Here's the VW engine in this one. And we've got air shocks, actually, on this car. So it's going to be a little bit lighter weight because it is a single-seater, less tubing. Looks like we've got some sand tires on limited Razorbacks, again, mounted on some Douglas wheels. These are probably the 15 by 4.5 front wheel. Douglas in the back. Side steps are always nice. I do see some limiting straps on here. And what I want to mention too is the 5-link. All right, so hold on, let me skip ahead. So you see on the 2-seater right here, this has got a trailing arm set up in the back. And this is fairly typical for most sand cars and most off-road vehicles. When you see or you hear the word 5-link, that's what we're seeing here. These are 2 links of the 5. So in a mid-engine application, in a Volkswagen mid-engine application, you almost have to run a 5-link setup, because if you ran trailing arms in a mid-engine setup, guess what? Those heads hit the trailing arms right here when it comes up. So in order to clearance those, you run this 5-link, and there's your valve covers right there. It gives us plenty of room. So I'm going to keep moving through these and show you more about what that means. Really nice design, no front brakes, nice lights. I love the bracing up here. It looks like he's got a hard top on it. American flag here in the background in the garage, always. That's going to get you on the cover in the group. And let's see, what else do we have? Driver's seat, passenger seat. This is really cool. Billet grab handle, billet steering wheel. Looks like a super shifter, Jmar pedal assembly, real lightweight, nice rack and pinion. And mesh floor, my favorite. I love mesh floor. It never fills up with sand. And it's really fun when you jump, because you get to watch the earth fall away from you right through your feet. It's an epic feeling. And guess what? He's got the crotch straps on here. He's got the anti-submarine harnesses already in there. So thank you very much, Ryan, for keeping safety paramount, because I'm a fan of running these. Let's see, what else do we have? Looks like some bracing down here. Ties into this triangle right here. Okay, you see this? These are the things that I'm looking for. You endo this car, and the cage is not going to want to crush on you. Let's see, getting to the engine. So we got a CB Performance case. So CB Performance has been around for 30, 40, 50 years by now. I can't even remember how long they've been around. But this is an aftermarket case that says Autolinea on there. And check out the welds on this and some of the bracing that we see. These are the things that I'm looking for right here, that are going to tell me how well this car is going to hold up, and it looks pretty nice. Now we're moving to that mid-engine, and I mentioned the 5-link. Now you can see it, right? We have 1, 2, 3, and on the other side of this axle, 4, 5. There's your 5-link setup. So if you ever hear anybody say 3-link, 4-link, 5-link, that's what they're referencing, is these arms right here and how many it has. So the 5-link setup is pretty common on a sand car because they're really lightweight. They hold up very well, but you're not going to really want to be jumping the swing set double in a 5-link car, because you come down just a little crooked and these tubes just wad up, right? You're going to want to stick with a trailing arm car like this if you're going to be doing some serious jumps. And this car is actually going to be more comfortable jumping because the way they soar through the air. On a mid-engine application like this, the cars, when you jump them, the ass end tends to come around on you, and then they nosedive. So this is more of a slide car. The other car is more of a jumping wheelie car. But check this out. Look at right here. Beautiful little turbo setup on here. I don't have the specs on the engine. I don't know what he's got for crank and rods and heads and all that stuff. But it looks like it's a really nice setup. And considering how well these cars are built, I wouldn't doubt that he's got all the good stuff in the engines. Here's your mid-engine application for your IRS Type 1 transmission. This is a VW truck bug transmission. Here's your CVs and axles. You got some nice powder coat on these and a really nice set of side steps. Probably a wing trunk. Here's your blow-off valve. I like loud BOVs. So when you're at the hill and everybody's looking up at you when you're going. Cable shifter. So how the cable shifter works is you're going to have 2 cables. One goes straight back and one goes sideways. So when you shift it, you can do actuate the hockey stick that's in the nose cone right here. So cable shifters are a really nice setup when they're working properly. Disc brakes. Side shot of both of the cars. 2-seat, 1-seat. Yeah, they just look like a lot of fun. Check out the cockpit view on this one. Oh my gosh. Honda Odyssey. Let's go back to the Odysseys or the Honda Pilots, right? Imagine a Honda Pilot, 85, 86 Honda Pilot on steroids, and that's what this car is right here. So you got your single seat, crotch strap, side shifter, tachometer. Looks like some other gauges in here as well. Check out how the floor goes. Your arms are right here and here. And dude, clutch, brake, gas. Like, dude, just this front end of this car just coming up with those wheels falling under your feet. It's got to be so much fun. These things are just dynamic. Super bitchin'. Check out the lacing on here to here. We've got a lot of triangulation in here. The welds look beautiful. I love the red. Side panels are rolled. Beautiful setup. Flat bottom steering wheel, which I've actually never driven with one of those. I'm curious how they work. I'm not sure I want to run one of these on a car ever, but hey, if you've run a flat bottom steering wheel, tell us in the comments what you think, how these work, because it seems like it would be easier to get in and out of your car, but I don't know. Tell me. Moving on. 3/4 rear, folding whip, light bar. Like, once again, air shocks, long arms, very simple design, very simple build. Nice beard or PRP super seat. This tubing coming up around the back here to just for structure. It looks like we've got a wing trunk in the back. This is a breather for your valve covers. You'll see the hoses coming up. That relieves the crankcase pressure so it doesn't blow oil all over the place, because they do when we're running these at high RPMs, especially if you're running a turbo on a Volkswagen. And here we go, 3/4 view of the black car. And, you know, there's not really much to report as far as a bunch of add-ons or extras, because these cars are built so simple. But in this situation with a 2-seater, you know, you get to bring a friend with you and go rock and roll. So take 3 people out in these cars and just switch off. Go to the single-seater, try that out. And then we're right back around to the beginning. So that's pretty much all I got. Seems like a pretty good deal. $10,000 for the red car, $15,000 for the black 2-seater, short wheelbase, lightweight, 1 mid-engine with a turbo, which means it's going to haul butt. And then we got this 2-seater rear engine with a 2332, I think is what he said he had in it. This thing's really going to scoot. It's going to be a lot of fun over the whoop-de-doos, pulling some fun wheel stands in that car. Like the fact we got these American flags. Good job, guys. Thank you, Ryan. Otherwise, I guess that's all I got. I will say, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you in the dunes.